This amazing song is by Daniel Namaud, and it's Swing Wide the Doors to This Heart of Mine. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors to this heart of mine. I'm not holding it in anymore. I'm gonna shout it out loud. I understand now what I'm here for and what this life is about. It's about love, it's about laughter, it's about comfort and smiles. It's about love, it's about kindness, about hearts open wide. It's about love, it's about passion, it's about taking a chance. It's about love, it's about service, it's about lending a hand, about lending a hand. Oh, swing wide the door, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors, this heart of mine. There's a voice that I've heard for years. I learned to keep it inside, but now it's coming in loud and clear. I want a deeper life. It's about love, it's about laughter, it's about comfort and smiles. It's about love, it's about kindness, about hearts open wide. It's about love, it's about passion, it's about taking a chance. It's about love, it's about service, about lending a hand, lending a hand. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light, and bring in the dawn for humankind. And swing wide the doors to this heart of mine.
Well, good morning, everybody. So glad to be with you today. And little did I know how appropriate this particular message might be for today. See if you agree with me as we go forward this morning. First of all, the title of the message is Calling All Skunkbusters, which may sound a little bit strange. So I guess I'd better begin by telling you what a skunkbuster is. The term was coined by one of the world's greatest skunkbusters, Robert Fulghum, in his intellectual tome, All I Really Need to Know I Learned in Kindergarten. And I quote, "Skunkbusters are people who have perfected the art of finding the joy in life, the gift in every situation. They know how to make lemonade when life hands them lemons." So right off the bat, you might agree with me that there are a lot of skunkbusters in the sanctuary this morning. Thank you all for that. Now, there are four things that skunkbusters definitely are not. They are not cynics. They have faith in the inherent goodness of people, and they believe that the highest and best outcome is always unfolding. This allows them to hang in there when the going gets tough. Nor are they chronic worriers. They don't see the point. They agree with Will Rogers. Worry is like a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, but it won't take you anywhere. They're not lone wolves either. They know it's wise to stay connected with the pack. And they always hold hands with a friend when crossing the street. And finally, they definitely are not depressed types. They do not let life's twists and turns get them down. This often shows up as a sense of humor in the midst of adversity. Skunkbusters can find the humor in anything. Take Jerry, for example. He owns and runs a successful restaurant in a suburb of Los Angeles. It's successful largely to Jerry himself. He's the kind of guy you love to be around. He never fails to offer a kind word, a corny joke, or smile. Jerry's philosophy is that happiness is a choice, and humor always helps. One day a few years ago, thieves broke through the back door of the restaurant and at gunpoint demanded Jerry open the safe and give them all the money. Jerry was so scared that he fumbled with the combination. One of the thieves was really jumpy, and Jerry's nervousness made him worse. He began to shout at Jerry to hurry up, which of course had the opposite effect. Finally, the gunman flipped out and shot Jerry in the back. Jerry, fully conscious and in a lot of pain, was rushed by helicopter to the nearest trauma center, where he was met by a crowd of medical personnel, all wearing expressions of deep concern. What he read on those ultra-serious faces was, "This guy is done for." One of the nurses shouted questions at him. Did she think he was deaf too? "Are you allergic to anything?" she yelled. "Yes," Jerry replied, using most of his energy to match her volume. Instantly, all the medics froze, staring at him with even greater concern. "What are you allergic to?" the nurse shouted. Jerry took a deep breath and said as loud as he could, "Bullets! I'm allergic to bullets." Those worried faces first looked incredulous and then broke into smiles. And quietly, Jerry said, "Please operate on me as though I'm a guy with a life ahead of him and not a dead man." And they did just that. And 3 weeks later, Jerry walked out of that hospital well on the way to recovery. 2 months later, he was back at the restaurant as upbeat as ever. Proverbs 17:22 tells us, "A cheerful heart is good medicine, but a crushed spirit dries up the bones." A cheerful heart or bitter to the bone. I believe deep in my heart that Jerry stood at a life or death crossroad the day he was shot. And there's no doubt in my mind that his cheerful heart helped him to stay alive. Then there's Lois, the colonel's wife. Some of you in the sanctuary will identify with this, who had endured an all-night transatlantic flight to meet her husband at his latest military assignment, Rhine-Main Air Force Base in Germany. She arrived totally exhausted for 7 good reasons. As she disembarked the plane, all 7 of those reasons trailed after her, not one of them older than 12. Collecting their many suitcases, the entourage filed noisily into the cramped customs area. Young officials stared at them in wide-eyed disbelief. "Ma'am," he said, "do all these children belong to you?" "Yes, sir," she said with a sigh, "they're all mine." "And how about all this luggage? Is it all yours as well?" "Yes, sir," she said, "it's all mine too." "Ma'am," he continued, "do you have in your possession any weapons, contraband, or illegal drugs?" "Sir," Lois replied calmly, "if I had any of those items, don't you think I would have used them by now?" Now, life has a way of delivering to every one of us a goodly share of skunks, doesn't it? This unexpected, smelly stuff can show up in all kinds of packages. Lost love, financial setbacks, betrayal, bad drivers, crazy politics, my personal favorite, upsetting world news, rude people, and every sort of unfair or incompetent treatment. In small and large ways, we're all frustrated and challenged by life at times. At some point, each of us, like Jerry and Lois, will stand at a crossroad, and we'll have to decide, will we be overcome by the skunks, or will we be skunkbusters? In fact, it's possible that this is our common purpose. Maybe this earthly experience has been designed to help us grow in our ability to stand in faith and show up as love, regardless of what we have to deal with. Perhaps that's what our challenges are for, love practice. And no, we won't always get it right. But the point is to keep on practicing. In Unity, we know we're not here to merely cope with life. We know that every life is a spiritual path, and every life has a spiritual purpose. The trick is to hold on to that awareness. If we can do that, success is ours no matter what the outcome. So Jerry and Lois are skunkbusters. Each of them managed to be a healing presence in the world under really difficult circumstances. You and I, and everyone who lives as a giver to life, are skunkbusters. I know you guys. You're skunkbusters when you show up to do volunteer work, even when you're having a bad day. You're skunkbusters when you give your money to the work of spreading the unity message, even in times when money seems scarce. And how about when you're kind to people who are not kind to you? The incredibly good news in that this choice to reach beyond our own problems, moods, and fears helps us to heal and prosper too. You know something? We get to hear a lot of bad news these days, but the truth is skunkbusters are everywhere. We just need to look for them. Why, hard as it may be to believe, some of them are not in unity. Some of them don't even go to church. Thanksgiving is a skunkbuster's favorite holiday because skunkbusters are just naturally grateful. They really understand the spiritual law of increase, that what they focus on grows. By looking for the good in everyone and the abundance all around them, they literally pull that same attitude out of others. They are irresistible magnets. Most of the time, we seem to want to be paid in advance. We want to be thankful only after the barn has been filled with the harvest. But skunkbusters know that by living from an attitude of gratitude, especially in the face of adversity or the appearance of lack, they can turn that adversity around and create prosperity anyway. So if you are ready to be a skunkbuster, I have found some really profound advice to pass on to you. It comes from one of my great gurus, Swami Beyondananda. Oh, don't worry about taking notes. Just drop me a line and I'll send the list to you. So you ready? Here goes. These are the 10 surefire steps to becoming a world-class skunkbuster. 1, be a fundamentalist. Make sure the fun always comes before the mental. Realize that life is a situation comedy. A laugh track has been provided. And remember, a good laxative twice a day will ensure regularity. Right, Betsy? 2, remember that each of us has been given a special gift just for entering. So we're already winners. 3, the most powerful tool on the planet today is television. That's where I television to you and you television to me. That way, if we don't like the programming we're getting, we can change the channel. 4, life is like photography. You use the negatives to develop. 5, it is true what they say. If we go through life thinking heavy thoughts, thought particles will get caught between our ears and cause a condition called truth decay. Be sure to use mental floss twice a day. And when you're tempted to practice tantrum yoga, remember what we teach in assertiveness training class. Don't get even, get odd. 6, if we want world peace, we must let go of our attachments and truly live like nomads. That's where I nomad at you and you nomad at me. That way there will be no madness on the planet. Peace begins with each of us. A little piece here, a little piece there. Pretty soon, all the pieces will fit together to make one big piece everywhere. 7, I know great changes have been predicted for the future on this planet. So if you're looking to avoid earthquakes, my advice is simple. When you find a fault, don't dwell on it. 8, there is no need to change the world. All we have to do is toilet train the world and we'll never have to change it again. 9, if you're looking for the key to the universe, I've got some good news and some bad news. The bad news is there is no key to the universe. The good news is it was never locked. And 10, everything I've told you is channeled. That way, if you don't like it, it's not my fault. But remember, abundance is not a bureaucracy, so it's not necessary to go through channels at all. And so if you're a little bit apprehensive about getting together with your extended family this Thanksgiving, you could try handing these out before the eye-rolling, dirty looks and shouting even get started. Bottom line, I'm pretty sure if we make up our minds to practice these principles every day, we will all become first-rate skunkbusters in no time at all. And then you know what? The world will become a happier, safer place because of us. Yeah, us. You and me. Come on, guys. We got this. Happy Thanksgiving, each and every one of you. Bless you.
This song is called The Praising Prayer, and it's by Karen Drucker. And so I will sing a part, and you just have to repeat after me. So let us do it together. I praise my life, I raise my life in the name of love. I praise my life, I raise my life in the name of love. I praise the world, I raise the world in the name of love. Your turn. I praise the world, I raise the my neighbor in the name of love. Your turn. I praise my neighbor, I raise my neighbor in the name of love. I praise my sister, I raise my sister in the name of love. Your turn. I praise my sister, I raise my sister in the name of love. I praise my brother, I raise my brother in the name of love. I praise my brother, I raise my brother in the name of love. I praise my family, I raise my family in the name of love. Your turn. I praise my family, I raise my family in the name of love. I praise the children, I raise the children in the name of love. Your turn. I praise the children, I raise the children in the name of love. I praise myself, I raise myself in the name of love. Your turn. I praise myself, I raise myself in the name of love. I praise my life, I raise my life in the name of love. I praise my life, I raise my life in the name of love. I praise myself, I raise myself in the name of love.
So I invite you all now to allow yourselves the gift of relaxation. There's nothing you need to do or plan or even think about for these next few minutes. So take a nice, deep, cleansing breath. And another. And just relax. And open your heart to the words of the great poet Anne Sexton. There is joy in all. In the hair I brush every morning. In the bath towel newly washed that I rub my body with each morning. In the sound of the coffee pot. In the spoon and the chair and the kitchen table that say hello each morning. All of this is God, right in my own little house. And I mean, though often forget, to give thanks. To sit down at the kitchen table and offer a prayer of rejoicing as the holy birds outside the window peck at their breakfast of seeds. So while we're thinking of it, let's all paint a golden thank you on the screen of our minds for this God, for this laughter every morning lest it go unspoken, for the joy that isn't shared, I've heard, dies young. As we enter into a short time of silence this morning, may we sit in the pure joy of being grateful for the gift of each new day and each new moment, for the joy of it all in the silence. For the beauty everywhere. For the sound of the hammer building something new. For the technology glitches that come and go and remind us that it's not all that important, really. For each new day, a day to begin again. For each new moment, a moment to see things in a fresh new way. Day by day and moment by moment, our lives unfold in a rhythm and harmony we often don't understand. The world goes on with its ups and downs, its sanity and all its craziness, and we don't understand that either. And so we are called to learn to trust. And we claim trust. And we do trust in a power and a presence greater than we can see or comprehend. And when we center in this trust, we're just naturally grateful. Because there's so much good in our lives and in this world. And for all of it, for all the ups and downs that cause us to grow, that give us a chance to be a little bit better person than we were yesterday, for all of that stuff, we are grateful. And so it is. Amen.
Thank you so much, Catherine. Oh. Thank you for the laughter, and thank you for the magical medicine that you shared with us this morning. And I think we're going to have a song from Deidrey now. Thank you.
I praise myself, I raise myself in the name of love. Your turn. I praise myself, I raise myself in the name of love. I praise my life, I raise my life in the name of love. I praise my life, I raise my life in the name of love. I praise myself, I raise myself